Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. If you want to design and build a beautiful website, you can do it all in one place with Squarespace.
Why can't we be friends? It was so much easier before we got our feelings hurt. And I can't pretend that it's easy. Why can't we be friends? I used to be so close to you. What's a buddy supposed to do now? 'Cause I can't pretend that it's easy. Why can't we be friends?
Ooh, a cat. Welcome to another studio vlog. Today I'm going to be focusing on some animation work that I have with Sydney Water, who's like a past client of mine. It's very simple. Hopefully it will be not easy, but I hope it's easy. I hope it's just like a breeze. I'm going to be working with a friend of mine who knows how to use After Effects because I actually don't have time to do the animation. I'm just going to be doing the vector artwork, but I'm going to be taking you through the entire process. And I also need to start preparing for Peach-tober, and I have to clean my studio. Tonka's already had his breakfast. And yes, update, I still love Tonka so much. I can't handle it. I'm obsessed. Every time I leave the house, I just want to be with him. I think I have separation anxiety now. Look at him though. How can you not love him? Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? He can be naughty though. He's getting into the stage. Oh my god. Don't get me started on the mischief. Don't get me started on the learning to climb on cupboards. Don't get me started on the zoomies every night.
It was so much easier before we got our feelings hurt. And I can't pretend that it's easy. Why can't we be friends? I used to be so close to you. Now what's somebody supposed to do now? 'Cause I can't pretend that it's easy. Why can't we be friends?
All tidy. I feel like I only ever feel motivated to clean when I have a time lapse. So I think that whenever I need to clean, I'm just gonna put a time lapse on, even if I'm not vlogging, so that I can watch it afterwards and be like, whoa, I clean so fast. But I would like to show you guys what I did at the cafe while we were out, because I sent off just the concepts and like a visual treatment to the client, and I'll just show you what I sent and kind of run through the brief with you so that you guys can get an understanding for the project. Okay, so the deliverables are one short infographic, and they gave some examples. Basically, the examples are just to show the level of animation they want. It's by a person called Luck, who's also from Sydney, Australia, actually, as well. The example they're using is just this simple, slight movement, just to create visual interest. And what they're going to use it for is they're going to put it on their, I think, online presence and stuff. So social media, maybe website, etc. The purpose is to demonstrate that Sydney Water are here to help customers with their bills in a time of need. And so what they're doing is they're offering like payment assistance and different methods of payment and payment plans, etc. What they suggested, like the idea options that they had, were showing papers being filed away into a cabinet and closing the drawer, or a first-person perspective of someone sitting at a desk with their bills folder, ticking off which ones they paid for. And that's cool, but I just don't think it's super interesting. Like, I think if I scrolled past that on social media, I would be like, cool. So what I wanted to do was include a person in that, especially because their examples had a lot of people. Oh, and they also sent style guides. So here. This is the style guide that they sent me from their agency. This is just kind of like a style guide for illustration they want to utilize in their online presence now. So I think they must have just recently done like a rebranded themselves, because I haven't seen this styling deck before. So they talk about the illustration principles, the colors that they use, the form, how people should be represented, how the environment should be represented, the level of detail that's here. They've also included a bunch of colors that they use, and it's really useful when clients do this because it actually gives me constraints, and I find that a lot easier to work within than ultimate freedom. And I love being able to create interesting color combinations from pre-existing color palettes. Like, it's just like a personal challenge. What's also interesting is they have provided like context for each set of colors. So these are colors that are mainly used for background. Skin tones can be represented with these colors, and then brand accents and detailing represented here. I love that. For this project, they want me to do my style. I think they're just using this as an example of how the colors can be dispersed through portraiture. And then here's some examples of, I think, how the style has changed for Sydney Water. So I think before they had this flat illustration style, but a lot of focus on the outlines, whereas now it's a lot of focus on just form created with shapes. And so I'll show you what I did at the cafe and what we've presented to them today and we're waiting for feedback on. I guess I'll show you this first. I created like a treatment for
like my style that fits within their style. And it's not going to be exactly this. I did this with a vector brush tool and Adobe Fresco, but I think I'm going to do this with just creating shapes in Adobe Illustrator, just so that it's easier for the person who's animating this for me to actually work with the shapes. But this was just a quick way for me to do it. So I just wanted to show them like how my illustration style can translate and harmonize with theirs. I sent them this, which is kind of like an example of what will be happening in it. So instead of filing bills into a drawer or dealing with finances, I wanted the frame to pan up and then some bills appear, maybe using particles like stars and stuff like that. The bills will get paid off and fly up, and then we'll go back down to frame to a smiling person. Bills appear, but it's easy to manage. They're paid, and then you're happy. That's the idea. And it needs to be a short animation, so I couldn't include too much detail here, but I think it's more visually interesting maybe than staring down at like bills on a table. So I've presented this to them along with the visual treatment, and we're waiting to hear back now. They mentioned that they were very open to hearing suggestions. So I've got a really good working relationship with Sydney Water. Actually, I really enjoy working with them.
If you guys don't know, I have a Peachtober list. You should check it out. By the time you're watching this, it's probably already October, so hopefully some of you have joined. But I'm just going to go through and look at my month, because I actually haven't planned out my month very well. This week I was supposed to put dates into my planner. I haven't done that. What day is it? Is it Thursday? It's Friday, so I hope we get feedback today. I'm not sure if we will. If we do, that'd be great, because I'd love to work on it on the weekend, and then I'll just take my weekend during the week. And they're not asking me to work weekends, but I have other projects next week, so I just want to get this done. Hello everyone, welcome back to the studio. For you it would have been like no time whatsoever, but for me it's been an entire weekend. I was hoping to get some of the Sydney Water feedback on Friday, but that didn't come through, so we've just given them a nudge now. It's currently around midday on Monday. Feedback is good. It just says this is looking great. Their only request is that the figure be male, because they had some recent assets that portrayed a female character, so they just want to diversify the customers. So that means you can get started. I'm gonna get some lunch. Has Tonka eaten lunch, baby?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay, cool.
You don't get me high like you used to. You've been bringing me down. I'm petrified that I could lose you, 'cause you're a part of me now. Honestly, I wish I never met you. I wish we could go back. I wish I could forget you, but I can't. No, I don't wanna love, I don't wanna love, I don't wanna love you anymore. This is not enough, this is not enough, this is not enough for me anymore. I don't wanna let you go, but baby, when you know, you know, you know. I don't wanna love, I don't wanna love, I don't wanna love you. We don't synchronize like we need to.
Yeah.
We've been drifting apart. I can't control, I'll delete you. Keep running back to.
Okay, so I would like to show you guys, whoopsie doodles. So here is what I've done so far. I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna wait on client feedback, but I've done a portrait on one artboard. I've also done varied expressions. I've done the bill, which is what it looks like when it's unpaid, and then also what it looks like when it's been paid. Then I've done, this is just a test to see what it looks like all in one frame together, as well as like the backgroundy thing. It's been so long since I worked in Illustrator, so it's nice to flex my anchor point muscles, because I always find it so simple to do. This is what I sent to the client to show them what it would look like all together, just so that they can approve the way it looks. Then I can send it to the animator, who can put it all together, and it'll be amazing. Hello everybody! Today it is Tuesday, and I have feedback from the vector artwork that I sent off yesterday. They just wanted the guy to look a little bit older, so I'm just gonna add maybe some like stubble-y type thing, or like a shadow, the beard shadow, whatever it's called. And then maybe some like wrinkly things. They want him to look middle-aged, I think, just because he looked quite young. Like my drawings, my characters look quite young. So I'm gonna try and do that. I've got a haircut that I have to leave for like an hour and a half, so I hope I can get it done before then, and then I'm just gonna send it to like the animator. We'll see how it goes. Look how long my friend is. I really need a haircut. I don't have a lot of time for work today. It was Rocketstard's birthday this morning, so we saw him for brunchy type thing. Then I've got my haircut, then I'm going to Mama's house.
So I've got a little bit of time today, so I really want to try and get this done because I want the animations to be started today, because I just think if I don't start it today, I won't have enough time for feedback to be able to deliver it on the Monday. So I just want to do that. And I don't want Texas to have to work on weekends or whatever. It's just not fair. We'll see. So done in the nick of time. Well, not in the nick of time, in very quick time. It was actually quite easy. I was just worried about how it would look. But my favorite thing about illustration is that you can just add like one line or shape and it completely changes the way things look. So this is the original drawing. Then this was me converting it to a boy or like a more masculine looking person. And then this is like more middle-aged. And all I did was add this. Look. Look. So funny. Anyway, so I've done that. I've just kind of cleaned up the file a little bit, labeled the artboards and stuff with the text box just so that it's easier when Texas goes through to kind of look at everything. And then I've left like the references and archive like old design stuff here just so that he can reference that too. So I'm going to send him an email now, and then let's hope that we can get a finished version the next couple of days just so I can feed back on it before we send it to the client. But that's where we're at. Boop, 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 boop. I like cultivating nostalgia, so I like to like assign like a small group of songs to a time so that when I hear those songs in the future, I like feel like I'm in that time. So I'm making my spring 2020 studio mix now, and I got heaps of suggestions from you guys for spring type music. So I want to have a listen to some of them before I leave for my haircut. I've got to leave in like an hour or so. So I'm going to have to listen to some stuff and add stuff in. But if you want to have a look at what I'm listening to in my studio this season, and yes, it's spring in Australia and not spring everywhere else in the Northern Hemisphere, but feel free to have a listen. Shirt. Is it a Sydney Olympic shirt?
Here, Sha'an.
Yeah! My dream! Oh, I love this Olympic shirt! This is what I've always wanted. Oh, thank you, honey. How did you get this?
Just the right time and the right place, I guess.
Oh my god, I love this. Is it original?
I'm not sure.
Oh
but I
my
hope
god,
so.
wait.
The person was like, do you collect Sydney Olympic
Holy
paraphernalia?
crap.
So I think maybe it is original.
It's great. Oh my god, it is. Look at this. Have you seen this?
I haven't seen anything. I didn't have a close look at it.
Oh my god, I love this. Thank you so much, honey. My love.
Oh.
First of all, hello. It's been a little while. First, I just want to show you this shirt. Rocket just gave me this shirt. I love the 2000 Olympics, but Rocket got me this t-shirt. Look at it. I've been wanting official Sydney Olympics merch for so long. Also, it doesn't stop there. I now love Olympics, like, merch and design in general. So, like, it's not really I'm not really a sports person, although I did love the Australian swimming team into the 2000s. But look at this book I got in Japan. So this is like I think this is the Seoul Olympics. I don't know which year it was. But basically, it kind of details like the Olympics at the time, as well as like all the memorabilia and merch of the time, including like sketches for the mascot. Wait, let me find the sketches for the mascot. Oh my god, look at these though. Oh my god, this is my dream. Oh my god, I want that. Okay, wait, let me find the sketches for the merch. I mean, the sketches for the little tiger thing. Oh my gosh, and like photos of people from that era, and like the stamps in people's passports to go to the games. Okay, wait. No, I need to find this mask. Oh, there, is that it? There. These are like some of the sketches, I'm pretty sure, for the early mascot. It's so cool. Oh, I love this book. When I found it at this random store in Japan, and I was like, holy crap, this is exactly what I love. I want one of these, but for Sydney Olympics. Someone make one, please. So we've got some feedback from Sydney Water. Yay! I just got an email, and I am just going to compile. Sorry about the Peachtober is happening. I'm really sorry about the mess, but also that's just my life. We got the feedback for Sydney Water, and I'm just going to compile it into a document now, make the changes in a Illustrator file, and then send it to the animator and try and get feedback by tomorrow so that I can do one more round of feedback and then send it to the client. Okay, we got this final part of the project. Almost finished. Ready?
Sweet like an apple, don't want no hassle, it's not, I got everything.
Because they wanted to make some changes. They wanted to explore a different concept, but I don't have time to do that. So I decided to tweak the concept that we provided. Okay, so this is the now amended. So we're changing some parts of it. So the bills are going to start in frame kind of like this with a sad face. Then they're going to get ticked off, boop, and fly into a fold and then fly out of frame. Then I also need to put the Sydney Water logo on the bills and on the tiny little bit on the file, as well as label this bills. And then they also want to see an option with copy. So I'm going to now make these assets so that I can send them to Texas, as well as like a mock-up of what each thing is going to look like at which stage. So blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's do it. I get feedback. I always make a list, my own personal list of what I need to do, just so that it breaks it down, because usually client feedback is quite large. It's like lots of large bits of text. So I just want to make it as simple as possible. Okay, so let's do this. I want to get it done the next hour or two, and then do my Peachtober entry. Let's go.
Baby, did you hear I got one whole year of notebooks where I'd only write your name? Don't think it's premature, I want at least one more. Your heart can be so tricky today, so I will write another record for you. Write another record for you. Look into your eyes, it's as if we were brand new, and I will write another record for you.
Okay, my battery's about to die, but let's just look at the preview that Texas sent me. It looks really good. Besides the fact that it freezes, so I think there's an error with my download. Then it freezes there, but the bills are supposed to fly out of frame. So I'm just going to double check that that's happening and send my feedback. Yeah, done. Woo!
Baby, if you say that you wanted me to stay by your side, I think you know I will. And if you've had enough and you're sick of all my stuff, I'd write you another record still, and I will write another record for you. Write another record for you.
I hope you like this video. It was a little bit of a long one, especially with this Q&A tacked on the end. But I don't know, I love showing you like the start to finish, including like brief and changes and all of that stuff. I think it's, I don't know. I wish I had that when I was starting out. But I hope you liked it. I know it's a lot of computer work, but some of you said that you liked seeing that. So yeah, if you don't like seeing it, I've got a big store packing video coming up soon. But anyway, before we jump into the Q&A, I wanted to say a big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. You guys know I love Squarespace. As I mentioned, this big store packing video that's coming, I could not have run my store without Squarespace. I love it. I have mentioned this before, but the reason I first got Squarespace like 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 several years ago, I first got Squarespace because I was having a solo show and I wanted like an online catalog to sell the work internationally or for people that didn't attend the show. So I did it on Squarespace. I found it really easy to set up. Once I had my images and stuff ready, it took like not a lot of time. I think I got it done in like a day, and we sold all the paintings, so it was pretty awesome. But after that, I was just like, I'm gonna stick with this. This is gonna be my new online store. Squarespace is really good because if you're a huge brand, they've got a lot of templates that make you look as big as you are. But if you're like tiny or starting out, or you know, just one person, they have a lot of amazing templates that will make you look bigger than you are. And I think it's really important when you start out, because it's important to prove to people that you can do what you're doing, even if you haven't been able to do it yet. Whether you're huge or starting out, please visit squarespace.com/furrylittlepeach. You will get a free trial and a 10% discount on your first purchase. I'm sure many of you already have Squarespace. In fact, I know a lot of you already use Squarespace because you let me know and you send me your portfolios, and I love it. If you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend it wholeheartedly. Best website building platform ever. The best. I don't need to say anything else. I love Squarespace. You probably love Squarespace too. So I started a Discord the other day. Mars from The Amazing, who's like an animation channel. I met him at VidCon, and I think it was like a year or so ago. He was like, you should get Discord. It's a great way to talk to your audience. I was like, oh, cool. I just never did it. But then the other day I was randomly talking to my little sister Asia about it. And so I just made one. Spur of the moment. I posted a link to Twitter. I also posted a link to my Instagram stories, and now there's like 2,000 people on my Discord. It's steadily growing, but it's super casual. So there's a lot of things people have asked me to implement that I haven't implemented yet just because I don't have time. I'm having so much fun with it. It's like a little chat room. I haven't felt this excited about like connecting with my community since Tumblr days. Like I really, really miss the Tumblr days. So this is my little remedy for that. Okay, so I've got some questions that people posted there in my Answer Me Peach channel. Oh my gosh, okay, this person has a 2-part question. So the first part is, do you think that without social media you'd be making the same stuff? I sometimes feel like if social media never existed, my art would be completely different, and I wonder if you've ever thought about that. I think yes, but only because I wouldn't be able to make exactly what I want probably. I'd be very driven by commercial work. It would be a lot harder for me to find an audience, especially because I don't think the work that I make is right for like a gallery or something that a curator would be like, let me get behind this. So I think it would be, but in a negative way, not in what most people would probably think when they read this question, where it's like you change for social media. I'm very lucky in that I've been able to be quite myself and people be receptive to that. So thank you guys for that, but also I'm really glad social media exists. I'm so grateful to like live in the digital age. Honestly, I don't know if I'd be able to be doing what I do without it. So short answer, yes, but in a good way. No, wait. Yes, but in a bad way. Second question is, do you ever miss the Tumblr days? I know for me, I loved using Tumblr as an artist/illustrator, and I miss the format/communities. Me too! Oh my god, I miss Tumblr so much. I try to explain this to my friends sometimes, and I'm gonna try and explain it to you, but please don't think that I'm saying I'm like so amazing and so much better than people. I really don't think that. The great thing about Tumblr is that your following wasn't public, so you could connect with people on like a peer-to-peer level, whereas now I feel like when people message me, they message me from a place of, oh, I think that you're, I don't know, more skilled than me or better than me in some way, and I just don't enjoy that very much. I really miss like the community in the Tumblr days. I really miss it a lot. Like I really miss not worrying too much about your profile specifically, because it was really very feed-based and chronologically based. The algorithm wasn't picking and choosing things to share to specific people. It was just kind of like who you followed is who you saw. And I'm not necessarily the kind of person that's like, oh, bring back the chronological feed. I really don't feel like it makes that much of a difference, but when you're starting out, it was just so fun to be able to consume everyone's work. I feel like I don't see a lot of people's work that I would like to be seeing on Instagram, even if I'm like notification belly thing on Instagram. Before I started the Discord, I just went on Tumblr and I started answering questions. I was just like, I wish this was just not dead. Can Tumblr just not be dead, please? It's so sad. It's like, if they had just gotten advertising a little bit earlier so they could stay alive and not have to sell it to Yahoo and all this shit. I'd already moved by then. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I just love, I miss the Tumblr days. It must just be nostalgia as well, because I also miss like my youth. Comment below if you guys followed me on Tumblr, and if you did, like, what was the first thing you remember seeing from me? Because I always find that really interesting. It's so crazy to think that some people that are subscribed to my YouTube channel have been following me since like the beginning of Tumblr. It was just like a blog for me to waste time on the internet and not study for my high school certificate. Next. I struggle with continuing my art after I start, as I'm scared that I'll ruin what I've already got. How would you overcome something like this? I actually have the opposite problem. My problem is I feel like starting is the hardest part, and then once I get going anyway, it's like easier. My advice to you would be practice, because I feel like the fear that you're feeling is the fear of messing it up. Yeah, you said you're scared that you will ruin what you already have. And I think getting rid of that feeling just comes from finding confidence in what you're making. So that comes from doing studies, from doing practice tests, from doing swatch tests, from doing bleed tests, anything that you can think that you'll need for that work. If you're uncomfortable doing it, do it on a separate scrap piece of paper first, and I think it'll be a lot easier. Other than that, experience over time will really help. I know that's a terrible thing. It's not like a cure-all or anything, but it will get better. You'll get used to what you're using and the way that you use it, and you'll lose that feeling at least a little bit. Obviously, we all still feel it every now and then, but try not to let the pressure get to you. Every time I let the pressure get to me in any situation, it turns out terribly. Yeah, that's such a terrible answer. Just don't feel it. That's not my true answer. My true answer is practice. But that's what it sounded like I was saying. Okay, goodbye, plane. This is a good one. Do you think that we need to have a big following on social media in order to become successful illustrators? For example, if we contact companies on Insta, whether they're big or small, will they even care about our work or bother to check it out if our following is low? I don't think you need to have a big following in order to be a successful illustrator, because there are plenty, I mean, I know you don't, because there are plenty of very successful illustrators and creatives that are successful outside of the internet. But does it help? Yes, it does. When you contact someone and you show them your portfolio, you're basically being like, this is my value to you. Here's what I can offer you. And if you have a following attached to that, even though it's not necessary, it sweetens the deal a little bit, especially if your work's like mine, where it's a lot more playful and not traditionally something that would be used in commercial illustration work or especially advertising. I feel like having a following really says, look, the work I'm making actually does resonate with people and actually does touch people in some way. I think that while it's not necessary to be successful, it definitely helps and it makes it a little bit easier. I don't know whether I would be able to do what I do without social media, and I'm so grateful to be in a time where social media exists, because I get to make the work that I love to make, and there's no doubt that without social media I wouldn't be doing exactly what I'm doing. This one. Alright, important question. In your studio vlog, Our New Baby design work, posted on August 20th this year, you're sketching with a really thick pencil at 1 minute and 30 seconds. Which pencil is that? I actually saw questions for this, but every time I saw the questions, I didn't have access to the pencil, so I was like, I always just left it for another time and just forgot about it. I will answer it now. Let me go find it. Okay, here it is. It is the Koh-i-Noor Versatile. I don't know if I'm saying it right. 5340 here. You can read it for yourself. I remember people were roasting me because I said Tombow wrong. I said it Tombow, which makes sense because B-O-W also spells bow, guys. I don't know why people were roasting me. It's fine. You can roast me if it makes you feel better. But look, this is what it is. It is basically a super thick mechanical pencil. See? Super thick. I like to use it for sketching. I love to carve out the basic shapes and then use a different pencil, like a Blackwings pencil that's super sharp to do like details. But this has been really fun. This was sent to me by Papersmith, so I didn't buy this, but I was super stoked to receive it because I actually really like it now. Let's measure it. I will tell you how thick this is. The lead is about 1/2 centimeter thick. I do not know what that is in inches. Let me see. I'm not even going to be able to tell you. I don't even know how to say inches. 1/4 of an inch, I think. Does that sound right? Can we just all agree to use the metric system? Anyway, I like it. There's your answer. A few people did ask, and I'm sorry for being so late with answering you and that you had to ask in the Discord, but I got you. I got you. Hi, Sha'an. I'm sure you get this a lot, but how did you get your art business rolling? I feel like the only clients I manage are friends, family, and occasionally friends of friends. Did you submit work to agents, or do you credit your social media for getting your foot in the door with clients? Okay, I don't necessarily credit my social media for getting my foot in the door, because when I started I had Tumblr, and that the amount of people that followed you, it didn't automatically show that like it does on Instagram and YouTube and stuff. What I did was just reach out to people whose work I loved. I talked about this a bit in the 5 to 9 podcast I did last year. I definitely recommend checking that out. I kind of discussed my entire career and advice and how my business is structured. And I think if you're interested in illustration as a business, please check it out. I hope it helps you. Let me know what you think below or in their comments, whatever. But email people, ask for the work that you want. Don't be afraid to reach out to people. Agency contacts or PR contacts or just brand contacts if you can. You can even go as far as just going into a brand's website, go down to the contact page and then email that contact and ask for like a media contact or like an agency contact or someone to speak to in regards to collaboration. But yeah, I share 3 stories on the 5 to 9 podcast about me like reaching out to people and it turning out really, really good. I truly believe that the worst thing that can happen if you reach out to someone is that they just ignore you. And that's not really bad. Like I've ignored emails before, but I don't even remember what they were. And that's exactly how they're going to feel. It's not like a make or break situation. You're literally just being enthusiastic and forthcoming and energized. You're basically emailing to be like, I would love to do this for you. Here is my stuff. Please consider me. At the start, definitely not. I don't think it was social media. It was definitely like people I had met through just like loving on their work and also people that I had emailed, like actively seeked work. But now I think that a lot of clients do find me through Instagram. I find them through Instagram too. That's it. I'll be back with a new video very soon. And then I will also have a video that's kind of from the start of this month of packing all of my books. I'm so excited for you to see it. So please leave a like if you like this video. See you soon. Bye. Bye.